On September 7th, 1191, a starving, exhausted Crusader army turned around and destroyed 30,000 of Saladin's best warriors in just 17 minutes. How did an army on the edge of collapse unleash the deadliest counterattack of the Crusades? What the chronicles don't tell you is this. Richard the Lionheart had waited 7 long days for this moment. Why did he let his own men suffer, break, and almost die before finally giving the order that changed the Middle East forever? 12,000 Crusaders marched under burning sun. 30,000 of Saladin's elite warriors watched from the hills. Between them stretched a battlefield so narrow it felt like a trap carved by death itself. For 7 days, arrows, heat, and exhaustion hammered the Crusaders. Saladin wanted only one thing: break their discipline, then crush them. But Richard was waiting for something far more dangerous. On one side stood Richard the Lionheart, Europe's deadliest commander. On the other, Saladin, conqueror of Jerusalem, master of desert warfare. This wasn't just a clash of armies, it was a collision of two brilliant minds. Saladin predicted Richard's route exactly, and when scouts confirmed it, he smiled. His trap was ready, but Richard knew the trap was waiting. The road from Acre to Jaffa was a narrow 80-mile nightmare. Sea on one side, high ground on the other, nowhere to escape. Templars guarded the rear, Hospitallers led the front. Infantry marched between them in a tight shield wall. Every day, arrows rained like a storm. Knights begged Richard to attack, but he spoke only 2 words: hold, position. Those words would shape everything. 7 days of heat, 7 days of arrows, 7 days of pressure building like a volcano. The Hospitallers could take no more. They begged Richard, "Let us charge." He refused, because he knew if the Crusaders broke formation too early, the crusade would die here. But the breaking point was exactly what Richard needed. On September 7th, Saladin launched a full assault. Thousands of cavalry surged forward, arrows filled the sky, the Crusader front cracked, and the Hospitallers snapped. They charged without orders. To Saladin, this was perfect. This was the moment he had been waiting for. He raised his sword and roared the command that detonated the battlefield. "Now, sound the trumpet!" The response was instant. Templars thundered forward from the rear. Hospitallers smashed ahead from the front. Richard drove the center like a blade. It wasn't just a charge, it was a controlled explosion of steel and fury. For the first time, Saladin's cavalry met the Crusaders head-on. Their formation shattered, their courage broke, and the entire line collapsed. In just 17 minutes, 7,000 Muslim warriors fell, only 700 Crusaders died, and Saladin's aura of invincibility vanished in the dust. His veterans, warriors who had conquered Jerusalem, turned their backs and ran. When the dust settled, the truth was clear. Richard hadn't escaped the trap. He had used it to unleash the most precise counterattack of medieval warfare. Arsuf wasn't just a victory, it was a turning point that saved the Third Crusade in just 17 minutes. Discipline, not numbers, reshaped the fate of the Holy Land.